Good morning to everyone, yeah. Morning Insiders back again, another show, Blessed Thursday to everyone, yeah. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day, safe travels to work. As you don't know, the Morning Insider is back again, and, some good games played yesterday, and, some only little reports around. But, I must say, man, men against boys, Liverpool versus Chelsea, yeah. Manchester City, yet to move in second gear, beating Burnley at home at Etihad Stadium 3-1. Vincent Kompany versus the Professor. Tottenham Hotspur also got the better of Brentford. That was a crazy game. Crazy game there. African Cup of Nations quarterfinal preview also, yeah. The Asian Cup preview also, those games played tomorrow. February the 2nd, man. But what I must say, man, it's lovely to be games like every day is games, I love that. You're looking forward to the next game each and every day. But yeah, blessed to everyone. I don't know who have heart attack yesterday, man, about that English Premier League game at Anfield, and that's where we're going to start today. Liverpool versus Chelsea. As Jurgen Klopp have won his 200 game as a Liverpool manager, in the English Premier League, but I must say it's men against boys, What the hell Chelsea is doing, man, at £200 million, midfielders can't pass a ball, Enzo Fernandez, the man them call Rose Rice, and Moise Caicedo. I don't know what is going on, with Pochettino men. But I must say, Liverpool used them to wipe the Anfield surface as a welcome mat yesterday. And you could see the level, between both clubs. You could see the levels between both clubs where the players are, the managers at Liverpool is at a high standard, right now. And that right back, yeah, what's his name? Bradley Connor. Is he going to put Trent Alexander-Arnold, in his place and, force Jurgen Klopp to move him, from the right back to the midfield as, this youngster, from the Irish boy, he's playing really good, and Liverpool open up back another 5 points gap. Nunes, what he's supposed to do to score a goal yesterday, man, missed the penalty, you could see the frustration, man, on Jurgen Klopp face. But he was on farm, coming into this game, but I think he scored also against Norwich in the FA Cup on the weekend. So, he was on a little bit of farm. He was finishing quite nicely, but, it's Nunes. So, remember, Luis Suarez had this season, in his first spell at Liverpool where he just smashing the ball all around, not scoring goals, not taking his opportunities, but Nunes is a wonderful striker. He's a really good player, hardworking, can run the channels. But I think in due courses, things will also get better, for Nunes, But I'm going to touch a little bit, Petrovic. That's his name, Petrovic for Chelsea. The keeper, he had made 9 saves, in the game yesterday. And if it wasn't down to the goalkeeper, it probably would have been at 8-0. At 8-0 at Anfield would have been an embarrassment. But, big up to Chelsea goalkeeper Petrovic, man. He saved the day for the West London team. Pochettino looked very frustrated, on the touchline. But I must say that it seems like Liverpool got all those calls, their way yesterday, Chelsea got a few shots where it could have easily been a penalty. I think Ben Chilwell was one of them. Gallagher was one of them where, referee, I don't know what was VAR, but yeah, Liverpool got all the calls their way. Chelsea could have gotten a few calls, but it's just in the game. It's just the nature of the game. You're just not going to get everything. I know that big game next coming up on the weekend. It's Liverpool travel to Emirates Stadium. That will be a big blockbuster game, as Liverpool open up a 5 gap points on second place. But can't wait for weekend. Weekend's going to be a really good game. But Chelsea, Liverpool will put on a showdown again in the Carabao Cup next month. That's the final, February 25th at Wembley Stadium. So, I think going into that game, Pochettino should know what to expect from a Liverpool team right now. You know, McAllister is playing good, but man, Jurgen Klopp, man, really good coach. He's a really good coach. Look at the players at his disposal and look at the players. You know, people kept saying, you know, Chelsea is a young squad. No, Chelsea is not a young squad. If you take out, you know, probably Petrovic, probably Disasi, probably if you take out a few of those guys, you know, Badashi, you know, if you take out, you know, let me tell you, all those guys, you know, Badashi, you know, Disasi, you know, if you take out Madueke, others some that, you know, everyone else is experienced, you know, Cole Palmer, you know, he just started to play regular now, but he was at City. Sterling, very experienced player. You know, Gallagher, been playing for a while now. Hernandez, World Cup winner. Mose Caicedo, you know, one of the best players at his time at Brighton. You know, Ben Chilwell, been around, but, you know, just coming back off injured. You know, when you look at it, you know, Chelsea have players all over the starting level who is very experienced. So I don't really see, you know, where people say, you know, Chelsea team is younger, but Chelsea bench is very young because Gusto, Modric, you know, Nkuku, new to the league, Chukwuemeka, you know, coming over from Villa. You know, everyone else is youngster. Armando Boaja, the Swazo, you know, but still very good Chelsea team that can do a lot better. You know, Pochettino can do a lot better. Same goes for, you know, Eric Ten Hag at Manchester United. The players that he has at his disposal should be playing way better than that. But Chelsea is looking really woeful right now. You know, Chelsea next game up will be at home against Wolverhampton. But yeah, Chelsea, that's it, man. That's it. That's it. Next up, you will play Liverpool in the Carabao final. Next time you guys face each other, February the 25th. You know, but I'm going to move on, man. But big up the youngster again, man. Bradley O'Connor, 1 goal and assist. He played really good, man. This youngster will push Trent Alexander-Arnold, you know, with competition at right back. You know, remember when the season just started and, you know, people saying that Jurgen Klopp should go out and buy actually a right back, but this is the answer. You know, and I think the manager actually said it. Yeah, the manager actually said it, but listen to the post-match reaction from both coach as they speak with the media after the game. So Jurgen Klopp and Pochettino talking to the media right now.
Jurgen, what a way to get your 200th Premier League win at this club. What pleased you the most about that performance?
The performance. The start, the middle part, the finish. Of course, you have to play outstandingly well to keep Chelsea kind of calm, because they're just too good, they're super talented, said before the game. That's how it is. But the way we started the game was really strong, proper direction immediately, put them under pressure, counter-pressing was top, winning balls back, keeping them really in areas where they don't want to be. The high press was really good. They couldn't play really the way they wanted, the build-up, because we were really there. The boys did extremely well, scored the goals. Fair to say we could have scored 1 or 2 more, but then they scored their goal. It's like you don't want to have that, and we had to face. It's normal. So we bring on Trent and Robbo, and the boys need rhythm, and that's why they play and stuff like that. They are world class, but each human being on the planet needs rhythm. So they come in, and it has nothing to do with them. But then the setup is slightly different, and all of a sudden they get through, score their goal. But then we controlled it again and scored another one. Wonderful. I think a great night. What an atmosphere! What a football game! It was a screamer, actually.
I think it's not to find an excuses. I think the performance was good from us. I think they deserve to win. They were better than us. Of course, that was a situation that maybe provided us the possibility to be close on the score. Yeah, but to talk about this type of action today, I don't want to talk about that because that is part of the football. But being honest, we didn't perform in the way that we wanted to perform. They were better than us from the first action. During 90 minutes, I think it's this type of game that you need to say, well done, Liverpool. If we want to match you, if we want to match them and have the option, you know, on the final, I think we need to approach the game in a different way, and we need to compete in different way that we compete today.
Yeah, so that's Jurgen Klopp and and Pochettino just spoke to the media. But Tottenham and Brentford, I don't know. Tottenham is playing some suicidal football. Yeah, in that first half, you know, Tottenham, they gave up so many opportunities on the counter for Brentford. You know, if Brentford had their front three, you know, the other two guys with Ivan Toney, you know, Wissa and Mbeumo, if they had those other two guys up front, maybe at least one of them, maybe Wissa, because Mbeumo is out injured. You know, Wissa is in the African Cup of Nations right now, but Spurs would have conceded at least 2 or 3 goals in that first half. You could see, you know, when that goal go in, you know, when Ivan Toney, you know, got that breakaway and he shot and the ball came back and it went back in the back of the net. You could see, you know, Maddison was like, you guys are too open. Like the midfield, the defensive line is too open. You know, Poron and Udogie, these guys, the wing backs, they all the way up front. It's not like they play with a back three, you know, where Leverkusen is playing with a back three and, you know, Grimaldo, Teller, Frimpong, they push all the way up and leave, you know, Granit Xhaka in front of the back three. Spurs is just the two players. It's just the two centre half who is playing, you know, as defenders when Spurs is it's just those two players, you know, defending for Spurs. The two centre half, everyone else is pushing up. Everyone else is pushing up in the game. But, you know, Richarlison, the man is on farm. But, you know, Ivan Toney just can't stop scoring, man. Big player. I think Ivan Toney is, but Ivan Toney is that best second striker behind Harry Kane for England. I don't think Ollie Watkins is better than Ivan Toney in my point of view. You know, Ivan Toney could give a left, right header. He's a very complete player. You know, he can drop deep and actually make passes in the channel for his teammates. You know, it will be very, you know, if Ivan Toney keep up this run of form, it will be very hard for Gareth Southgate to leave him out of the England squad. Yeah, but big up to Brentford. You know, Brentford narrowly lost this game, but I must say, Spurs, big shout out to Spurs as they came back. They came back as a better team in the second half. They played it a much narrow midfield and a narrow back four, and you could see that the space, you know, Brentford didn't have enough space to get in beyond, you know, Spurs. But Spurs still, you know, managed to drop that handbrake and just started to attack same, but they attack with sense, they attack with numbers and leave few players up in the head, and, you know, they just keep a very good balance between the defensive line and attacking line. But, you know, listen to, you know, Big Ange speaking and Thomas Frank speaking to the media.
Yeah, look, I think we started the game well, and you know, sort of, you know, started at good intensity and sort of good tempo. Obviously, you know, they score, and then we lost our way. We just lost focus. You know, I was a bit frustrated with our sort of inability to sort of stay disciplined, and there was just too many starts, and it kind of plays into their hands. You know, a lot of set pieces, throw-ins. You know, we spent more time talking to the referee than playing the game, and I was just a bit frustrated that we lost real clear focus. And second half, you know, I think 25 minutes, 30 minutes were outstanding. We scored 3 great goals and probably should have had a couple more, and then sort of we give the goal away, which gives them a little bit of impetus in the game. And again, after that, it was a lot of, you know, stop, free kicks, throw-ins, which we had to deal with, and I thought for the large part we dealt with okay. And, you know, in the end, I think, you know, from our perspective, I think great character shown by the lads to get a win.
I think except from 10 minutes blackout, I think we did very well in this game, and that of course is frustrating. We always aim to play the perfect game. I think we were very close actually compared to a lot of the other games we played this season, I think. But okay, so it was 10 big minutes of blackout. But in terms of consistent performance throughout the game, I think we were very good. I think first half was almost perfect, very aggressive in the high pressure when we could go man-man, and very good in a low block, fantastic defensive principles, very good transitions, very dangerous there. Scored a very good goal, had 3 or 4 other good chances, opportunities, dangerous on set pieces. So I think we were on top. I know they had the ball more, but hey, playing against Tottenham is a massive club, fantastic players. So very, very good. Second half, we knew they came fast. I think the first goal, which gave them the blow, is one player around 4 of our players. Is a ricochet, and then he drops for him and he can pass it in. So it's the second goal that's the most disappointing. We can't, on our kickoff, concede in the other end, so we need to look into that. And then the third was also a ricochet, dropping for them.
Yeah, so next up, Manchester City. Manchester City beating Burnley. Vincent Kompany versus his professor. Pep Guardiola. Alvarez, man, scored a brace, and Rodri scored again. But Manchester City didn't leave, out of that first gear, as the game was so easy. But Burnley, though, it's very difficult. It's a very difficult period for Burnley right now. It's a very difficult period because when you look at Burnley, they ran through the championship. They beat up everyone, and they are getting a smoker everywhere they go right now in the league. Burnley is down there at 19 and 12 points. They 7 points from safety, who is Luton Town, who's 17. Yeah, so it's a very difficult period right now for Burnley. When you really look at Burnley's upcoming fixtures, after Burnley have lost their last 5 games in all competition, Burnley will host Fulham. They will play away to Liverpool at Anfield, and then they will play home at Turf Moor versus the Gunners, and then travel away to Selhurst Park to face Crystal Palace in South London, and then after that they will host Bournemouth and away to West Ham at the London Stadium. Those fixtures, man, it's very tough. It will be very tough, and maybe Burnley have to just regroup, go down and do what they did, as last season, and bounce back right back up to the Premier League, and do what they need to do, strengthen the team. But I think they should keep Vincent Kompany at the club and build a very good team. He is a very good manager, but the team is so weak. Yeah, the team is so weak. But one thing I have to applaud Burnley, yeah, they are not shy to play the ball out from back. They are not shy to pass the ball around. As that's their philosophy. That's how they played, in the championship last season. But listen to Pep Guardiola and Vincent Kompany speaking to the media after the game. Check it out.
Now, this is possibly the most difficult stadium in the planet to visit. After such a good start, it was ultimate disappointment.
No, you can say that it's the toughest game in world football at the moment, and everything needs to be perfect. Everything needs to go your way, and. I thought we had moments. I thought that in their moments they were clinical, and then the rest of it it's impossible to always impose anything on these type of teams. So you've got to stay alive. You've got to keep probing, and I thought that side of it we did the whole game. But unless you're gonna be perfect, you're not gonna get points here.
What was the most pleasing aspect of that performance and result for you tonight?
We did everything. We are humble enough to to play the way you have to play. I think we found the goals for the quality that we have, not because the game was under control. So I think Berlin Bini prepared really, really well. The game was difficult, was not easy for us. But 3 more points and on to next.
Julian Alvarez with a birthday double for you. He took both his goals very well. How happy are you with the impact he's making? It's 20 goals now here in 24 home games.
But Julian is amazing. So he's an extraordinary player, and in many things help us. So we have an incredible, good, really won competition. So yeah, really good. So I'm very pleased for his birthday, and not just for the goals, for many things he does. So really good.
But yeah, Man United will travel to the Molineux tomorrow. Also West Ham will host Bournemouth at the London Stadium. But big news is swirling around Manchester United. you know, that Marcus Rashford saga, you know, of going to the nightclub in Belfast in Ireland. But you know, the manager seems to put everything behind him. But you know, he has said a few pieces, you know, in his press conference before the game, and listen to what Ten Hag have to say in the press conference.
Why does Jadon Sancho get exiled from the squad for what he did, and Marcus Rashford is welcomed back into the squad after what he did?
We can sort everything out internal, but Jadon had to go public.
But yeah, you know, this is going to be a very crucial game for United. As you know, Man United barely beat Wolverhampton at home, you know, in the first game of the season at Old Trafford. Remember that game where Onana gave away a penalty but didn't call. He punched the player. But I think Onana should be back for selection. Also, Marcus Rashford, you know, should be back. As the manager said, he will be back available for selection. As you know, he said everything, you know, is not public, it's eternal. So yeah, that's it, you know, between Erik ten Hag and Marcus Rashford. But Marcus Rashford need to grow up now, man. He need to grow up. You know, he's having a poor season. He had a wonderful season where he scored 30 goals in our competition, you know, last season. And you know, you can't be doing these stuff. What's the example? You know, you one of the senior man in the squad. You know, he's a homegrown player. You can't, you know, you have to lead by example. You can't do things like this and let the younger, you know, players in the academy see these stuff, you know. But as I said, you know, the manager said everything is behind him and the player, you know. But West Ham, you know, West Ham will also, I think this game should be, you know, one for West Ham to really win tomorrow, you know, especially, you know, with Jared Bowen, the man who is on farm, yeah. 11 goals in 20 Premier League games and 2 assists. You know, kudos should be back for West Ham. As you know, Ghana exit out of that group stage again, back-to-back in the African Cup of Nations. You know, Calvin Phillips should be in line for get selection in that midfield. Also, Alvarez, Soucek. Let's see. That's going to be a very interesting midfield tomorrow for David Moyes' team. But we're going to ship across to the La Liga. Barcelona versus Osasuna at home. Wow, Victor Rucco, the Brazilian, opened his goal account for the Catalonian club. Yeah, Cancelo, what a wonderful pass from Cancelo. But Barcelona is struggling. You could see that Barcelona is struggling. The last 20-15 minutes of this game, it was run by Osasuna. As even Osasuna was playing with one less men on the field, they still managed to create chances and opportunities, you know, in that last quarter of the game. But you know, Xavi Hernandez, man, I don't know. But Atletico Madrid is another team. They also won 2-1 versus Rayo Vallecano. Depay with another late goal, you know, at the Metropolitano to give, you know, Atletico Madrid the lead to jump right up over Barcelona in third position. Barcelona is in fourth. You know, both Barcelona and Atletico Madrid lack on 47 points, but Atletico Madrid have a better goal ratio, 5+ more than Barcelona. You know, Atletico Bilbao is on 42 points, right behind Barca in 5th position. You know, so it's very going to be close for that Champions League spot in the La Liga race. You know, tomorrow, you know, Real Madrid will also play tomorrow at 3 p.m. That's a local derby, the Madrid derby versus Getafe. You know, Greenwood, can he score again on the Los Blancos tomorrow? Yeah, but I'm going to move on. You know, I'm going to move on. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to talk about the Asian Cup, man. The Asian Cup, 4-time champion Japan beat Bahrain 3-1. Japan, the last time they won the Asian Cup, it was actually back in 2011. And also, you know, Iran have beaten, you know, Seria and penalty shootout. The game drew 1-1, you know, in regular time. But I must say, you know, Iran, the last time Iran won this cup, it was 52 years ago. You know, so it's a very, very long time since Iran didn't have won the Asian Cup. But I'm going to go ahead, you know, and preview, you know, the African Cup of Nations. You know, tomorrow is the quarterfinals also for the Asian Cup, and the big game, Nigeria versus Angola. Yeah, the last time these two teams met, you know, Nigeria have beat them 2-1. But I have Nigeria as the favorite. As you know, Nigeria got that big strike force. You know, Osimhen, they are playing really good football. They are playing like a powerhouse. You know, Nigeria is looking forward for another African Cup of Nations title. Move on. DR Congo versus Guinea. You know, this is going to be a very close game. I think this game is going to be even from minute 1 to minute 90. But, you know, DR Congo have won the last 2 games between Guinea. Also, you know, DR Congo should be on some form, especially beating Egypt in that last game. Guinea also on the other side, you know, beat one of the big dark horses, the underdog team, Equatorial Guinea, you know, 1-0 in that round of 16. Remember, Equatorial Guinea didn't last a game, you know, in that group stage, and Guinea did their job and beat Equatorial Guinea. Not many people expect Guinea to go on and win that game. But next up, you know, Bafana, you know, versus the Blue Sharks, Cape Verde versus South Africa. Yeah, the last 3 games, South Africa is winless against the Blue Sharks. But, you know, going into this game, especially South Africa beating Morocco, one of the big favorites, the #1 seeded team in African football, the team that's finished 4th at the FIFA Men's World Cup last year in Qatar. They beat them 2-0. They got a clean sheet in that round of 16, you know. Wonderful free kick scored, you know, from the South African in that game also. So, you know, South Africa should be on some form, you know, should be going into that game looking like one of the favorites to go on to the semi-final, but it won't be easy. It won't be easy because Cape Verde is another team, is on form. Bebe is rallying up his troops for that game tomorrow. But let's see what that's going to be. But Mali versus the Elephant, the host nation, Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. That's going to be a really big game. It's a new bird, you know, since Ivory Coast, you know, have fired their French coach. It's a new bird, and you know they have been coaching by a former player, you know, a player that know these players, a player know exactly what a player need in a knockout tournament. So let's see, you know, if the Elephant Cote d'Ivoire can get this game done. You know, the last time these 2 teams met, it was actually in the quarterfinals after 2019 African Cup of Nations, and Cote d'Ivoire won the game 1-0. Guinea is looking for revenge. Don't underestimate Guinea. Don't underestimate no team in the African Cup of Nations. You know, the teams are playing really good. As you know, on papers there's favorite, but on the field there is no favorite. Yeah, there is no favorites. But we're going to move on, you know, to the Asian Cup prediction. Yeah, I'm going to talk about who's going to let's find the Asian Cup game. So Tajikistan, another team, you know, this is their first ever Asian Cup. They have never played in an Asian Cup before, and they are in the quarterfinal. They will play Jordan, you know, but I must say there's only a few Arabic countries leave in the Asian Cup. The 2 Arabic countries leave in the Asian Cup is Jordan and Qatar. Yeah, Jordan and Qatar is only 2 Arabic countries leave in the Asian Cup. Also, Australia will play Korea. That will be a massive game. 2 teams that won the Asian Cup already. Also, you know, Uzbekistan, you know, will play the host nation, Qatar. You know, Uzbekistan, the highest they ever finished in a Asian Cup, it's actually 4th position. So Uzbekistan will look to go to the semi-final for the 2nd time. Yeah, Jordan also, you know, is looking forward to go for the semi-final for the 1st time. They are the big favorites to beat Tajikistan, and also Japan will play Iran. You know, Iran is another team. As I said, they haven't won the cup in over 5 decades now, so they're looking to create another upset. Remember, Iran have went to, I think, 2 World Cups since recently. You know, I think they made it again to Russia, but I know they made 2 World Cup in their last 3. So Iran have good quality players, but it won't be easy for them. They know Japan is a very quality team, you know. But you know, that's my little roundup there, you know, for the Asian Cup prediction, you know, for that quarterfinal matchups. Yeah. Also, you know, little news, you know, saw this news, you know, Vinicius Jr. said, You know, he used to wear football boots as a shoe for all occasions growing up in Brazil, my friend. I can say the same thing. I used to wear a football turf, as you guys call it, you know, the futsal shoes to primary school. Yeah, I used to wear my football shoes, go to school. You know, I used to do it. First time when I'm getting, you know, that Walter Boy Puma boots, yeah, that red original Walter Boy Puma boots, I wear it to school. So, you know, I think many people can relate to that. But big news in Africa, Samuel Eto'o, yeah, the ex-president of the Cameroon FA have sent over files to Samuel Eto'o about match fixing and threatening, you know, people with their job. Also, you know, Eto'o, you know, he also got a 22-month suspension and jail sentence in 2022, right? During that World Cup, some accusation, you know, allegedly some accusation was going around, you know, against the Cameroonian legend. You know, he's the president of the Cameroonian FA right now, and, you know, saying that, you know, he have threatened people, you know, during that time, I think when they played Brazil at the 2022 World Cup. Also, you know, there's files going over to FIFA that, you know, Eto'o is the ambassador for a betting company called 1xBet, you know, locally. It's a local betting company in Cameroon, and you know, so yeah, so you call it, you know, conflict of interest. You can't be, you know, the president of a FA for a footballing government in our country and then align yourself, you know, with betting company, and he is ambassador. So, you know, Samuel Eto'o right there will be in some hot water, you know, with the FIFA and, you know, the ex-Cameroonian president. You know, Di Maria said no to 2024 Olympic. You know, his last dance will be at the Copa America, you know, in America. And Lionel Messi versus CR7, there will not be the last dance between the two rivals, you know, as Cristiano Ronaldo is currently nursing an injury. He's supposed to be back, but he won't play later today when, you know, Inter Miami take on Al Nassr in the Al Riyadh Cup. You know, that's a little friendly preseason. You know, Manchester United, you know, has been linking, news been swirling around that Jose Mourinho, you know, has linked with Manchester United. I really don't know where these, you know, it's on most of the official website where I normally, you know, publish the biggest football news in England. It's in the paper all over in England. So I really don't know where this news came from, you know, Jose to Man United, you know. Jose looking to reunited again with the Manchester United team. He also, you know, news swirling around that, you know, he have unfinished business to do at Old Trafford. So keep on close eye. As he said, you know, he would work with the new ownership Ineos, as you know, Jim Ratcliffe. Also, you know, a little news, you know, Gallagher, Chelsea need 40 to 50 million for Conor Gallagher. Spurs not willing to pay that much as the player only have 18 months left on his contract. You know, Cornet, the Ivory Coast player, have a link to Crystal Palace. As you know, Olise is injured, Eze is injured, so Cornet is not getting much game time at West Ham. So it will be favored, you know, for Roy Hodgson to link, you know, the Cote d'Ivoire player to Selhurst Park, you know, but Pelistri have signed for Granada until the end of the season. Alcaraz have signed, you know, from Southampton to Juventus on a season-long loan, 6-month loan, you know, with an option to buy around 25 to 30 million. You know, Ben Rama is linking to Lyon also. I don't know why Ben Rama will take up himself and leave West Ham and go to a struggling team in the French Liga. Lyon is down there in that playoff relegation spot. So yeah, Lyon have been struggling from game week 1 until now. But let's see, you know, developing story. But I don't think Ben Rama should go to Lyon. You know, there will be more offers for him. You know, but Gabriel Paulista have terminated his contract at Valencia and have signed an 18-month contract at Atletico Madrid. You know, also, you know, Frankfurt need back a striker from Paris Saint-Germain. You know, Paris Saint-Germain bought Muani, you know, from the German club last summer for around 80 million. So Frankfurt is looking to get back another player, which is, you know, Ekitike, the French player that they bought. I think they bought him from Rennes. You know, I think they bought, I don't remember where PSG bought him, but I think one of those smaller teams. So, I think they bought him from Rennes. I think it was Rennes. You know, but Super Mario brothers have linked again, you know. Lemina brother has came over from PSG to Wolves, sign a 6-month loan contract with option to buy at the end of the season. The price is $1 million. As you know, both brothers, you know, used to be together. Now they are together again. The Super Mario brothers, you know, in Italy. Perotti is linked to Roma job. As you know, Bellotti have signed to Fiorentina and a loan deal, so it kind of makes sense bringing back Perotti. But you know, Perotti, the man at the end for Roma right now is Daniele De Rossi. Yeah, Daniele De Rossi is the man right now at Roma, and you know, he had a good relationship with Perotti. And Jerome Boateng, you know, have gone to Salernitana in the Italian Serie A. So yeah, the big German defender have signed to Salernitana, you know, until the end of the season. Gio Reyna have signed to Nottingham Forest, yeah, until the end of the season. Can he get back his career back on track? You know, he played a few minutes. I think he played the last 30 minutes in Dortmund last game, and he played against Bochum at the Ignace Sidonja Park. So now the player is in England, and he's going to play the rest of his career until the end of he's going to play the rest of the season, you know, at City Ground for Nottingham Forest. But people, that's it, you know, for the Morning Insider. Bless up on yourself. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Salute.